Hello, this is Pamela from Yorkshire in the north of England. Today I'm going to attempt to finish showing you how I make up an item. I don't know how far I'll get. I've had both my COVID and my flu jabs, so I've got achy arms at the moment, and the inevitable headache that I always get is coming on. So, but I'll give it a try. If I have to abandon it and restart though, I'll attach the two together, the two videos together later, so hopefully we'll miss nothing out. So we've got the horse where I left off. So I had shown you how I attached the head and started to put the muzzle on, but obviously my video decided to play up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the arms on. Now I do this generally by sight, so I don't do any measuring. I just make sure I've got the seam on the inside. So, because I do these where I've attached the top together, where I've seamed the two together, I'm just going to go for a central position on the neck, which I do by sight really. So picking the wrong needle up, I want the bigger one. So I find this is the easiest way to put the arms on, but and it happens to be the way they want to go on this. It's just the main thing is remembering to put the seam on the inside. So I can see his nose is in the centre there. So I'm just going to eyeball that, and where I'm happy that it's in the centre, which I am, I'm just going to start stitching. So again, I like to make sure I go right to left. So I want to go more or less in the crease of the neck. So I'll just come up and through so that I'm attaching it together, and then straight back through the stitch, get all the V, and then just a little way next to the one where I've just attached it, just pull up another couple of stitches. If I can't get two, I'll go for one, which is the case here. So I'll just go for one, and then through, then back through the two V's, and same again through the neck. Just make sure I'm on the same line as the ones that I've just done. I don't like having an arm placed at diagonal unless that's what the pattern requires. Hope you can see this here. I haven't put the lights on actually, I'll just do that, just bear with. It takes a while to warm up because of those energy saving ones. So back through, same again. Sorry, I'm going to keep knocking it until I get a better one, but I'm going to have to get some use out of this one first. Although it has come in handy for putting on my bedside table as this stand, so I can watch some videos on YouTube as I'm laid in bed. I know you're not supposed to do that with the screens at night, but a bit too old to change my ways now. Now ordinarily I would leave that as that. What I would do is I would come back through and attach that down again on that side, but because this is for a baby, I'm going to do the underside as well. Now I don't want my stitch to start there because it'll show, so just take it back through and make sure I've got it in a better position. So make sure I get that very edge because I don't want to have to come back and do that again. So, and up through a stitch, if I can get to one. Oh, do you know, this is the trouble with these, they can be so tight. Not at its best angle either, but never mind. So, bottom stitch, don't know how I'm managing to make that wobble because I'm not touching it. Same again. Right. Oh, come on. There we go. Through the last stitch there, if I can get to it, to get a nice neat edge. Just get into there, into the neck, pull that through, and then I want to make sure it's attached on hard enough on it. Now that one still looks a little bit unsewn down to me, or whatever the word is, not sewn on correctly. So I'm just going to come back through the same one as I've just come out of, and then just go back through again at the side of it, and I'll just come through the other side. Just make sure your stitches aren't showing, and then pull. I think that's a bit better sewn down now there. So I put this to the back because I'm going to attach the other. I'm going to attach the other thread when I've done the other arm. So remember what I said, that I take that through quite gently so that it doesn't. Sorry, I think I jabbed myself with a needle. So yes, so just put that through and leave that for the time being. So I'm happy now that that is at the front of the body in the right place. So I just want to line my other one up now next to it. So the other arm, so your bit that wants to be on the inside is where the colour change jog is. I'm not bothered about having the colour change jogs at all, but I have tried using those methods where you don't have one, but like I say, that part of it doesn't worry me too much as long as I keep them on the hidden side, you know. So but if it's something that bothers people, then that that's something you will come you know, sort out for yourself. So I do this by sight. Like I say, I'm quite confident that I can put it on and it'll be in the right place. So I can see there that when I look down at the neck, I can see there's roughly about 3 stitches to where the nose is on that side. So I just want to make sure that that is similar on the other side. And then if you like I say, if you look at the front, look over the top of the head, that looks about right to me. Like I say, I do a lot by sight, so. And then up through a similar place as you did on the other side, and then just go along the same fashion. And then next one. I don't like sewing the arms, well, crocheting the arms on while you're joining the head. I have done it, and I'm not saying I won't do it again, but I think it's a bulky finish, that, but I think it just depends on the size of the toy and, you know, what it's going to look like when it's finished. And what have you. So now I've got along that row, I'm just going to have a quick look and make sure I'm happy with where it is. So those look pretty damn near correct to me. You can see if you pull both sides out, the straight, which is what they should be, should go along in a straight line. So that's good enough for me. So then I've just got a little bit here where I want to just get into the side so that it's properly attached. So just pull that one through and then attach it to the bottom side there. And then through the bottom part of the stitch, if I can get to it, there, and then through the stitches. And then what have I done there? Got that wrong. Never mind. It'll all work out in the end. Then through that one, and then up through the last one. And then if I just have a quick look and see what I think the finish is like there, I think I'll probably just take that through again, just to make sure it's down. Take that out. See if I feel like that's attached properly. I think that's as good as it's going to be this way anyway. You get a much cleaner finish if you're just sewing on the one side, but like I say, if it's for a baby, you get a bit obsessed with getting it right, don't you? So they're both coming out of the same one now. Aye, sorry, the video cut off again. I think it's because my SD card was full. But it didn't give me the warning last time that happened, but I'm guessing that must be what I must have coincidentally cleared some, you know, and it didn't, it just was cleared enough for me to do the last one. But anyway, sorry about that. So it did cut off, but I had actually got to the stage where I put both arms on, so that's fine. The only other thing I did was bringing the thread through and tying it at the bottom and bringing it out the other side, you know. So anyway, when I first did this horse, I mean, this was the original one. One of my little complaints I had was that there was no directions as to where the legs went. So I'm going to copy from the one I did because that worked out pretty well. So I can see there that I went 2, 4, 6, 8, about 8 stitches up to the body, and then about 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 stitches apart, 9 full stitches apart. So I'm just going to do similar to that. I'm not bothered if I don't get it exactly right, as long as it can sit up. I'm not bothered. So the legs are here. So because I'm having these problems with the camera, I may just stop at one leg, so just to make sure I can fit it in. So if I go up here, so like I say, it was 2, 4, 6, 8 full stitches. So I want the bottom of my leg to be somewhere like that. Then, so same again on that side. So 2, 4, 6, 8 might be slightly different because of the you know, the starting circle. But so if I just go around and make sure it's going to be in a similar place. So this is where I use I don't think that's a bad effort actually for the first attempt there. So go around there, that is on the same one. So, and then I've got 2, no, it'll be attached somewhere there, won't it? So 2, 4, 6, 8, maybe come in just a little bit, and I'm going to make that a bit lower just to make sure it, I think that looks okay, does that? That looks like it's about right. When he sits down, his arms will come slightly to the front, so that looks like it's perfectly balanced, does that one? So I just want, so again I want that to be at the bottom. So is that the same? Yeah. So I want that to be at the bottom. So if I just want to tighten that up actually. I'm just going to make that false stitch that I talked about, just to give it a nice cleaner edge. So going into underneath that one there, then go back across through the next one. So that's looking like a false stitch there, that'll do me. So that's the bottom of the leg, and remembering that the jog wants to be there, so I'm just going to put another pin at the top of it, stretch it out a little bit, and I'm going to put that pin in the bottom. So as long as it goes back through where it was there, I think it does. See if you'll sit up right. Let's compare it to that one. It may have to come in a little bit, but it will stretch out. So let's have a look. I'm going to make that come in, so if I'm putting it in and stretching it towards the middle, that one, you don't want the fabric to you know, go inwards. Just want it to be on the outer edge. So I'm going to give that a whirl. I may have to undo it. You know, it doesn't always go right first time, so like I say, I'm working left to right. Just want to make sure it stays spread out as much as it can, really. To the next one. Oops, don't want to take that one out. So I'm just going to pull that through and up. So I want that now to keep it stretched. So in through the V and pull it outwards so that you're not stitching in, I don't know what you call it, so that it dips in basically. You don't want it to like fold inwards like that. You want it to be out to the and sewn on the edge. Like I say, it doesn't always go perfect anyway, and it doesn't help when you don't have any directions of where to put them. You're just really guessing. So that's a double V, and then oh, I've lost my other one. I'm going to have to get that back in later. Through that. So you know that that's your bottom row, where that pink headed pin is coming into there. You know that that is the bottom row. I can take that out now because I've got a stitch coming out of it. Just want to make sure that it keeps stretching. And through double V there. Sorry, I keep taking it away from you, don't I? I've repositioned the camera and I think I'm forgetting it. So up through the V. Stretch it out a little bit to make sure it doesn't look misshapen. Like that. Like that. And then back through. I think that's where I started, but I'm just going to go back through just to make sure it's properly fastened on. And then I'm going to take that. I'm going to see what that looks like. Not perfect, but I think it'll be fine when it's sat up. I think it'll look okay. Push a bit of that stuffing back up the leg just to... I think that's okay. It's not perfect by any means, but for where you've got to guess where it goes, it's not too bad. So I'm just going to take that through there. Just tie down those ones that look a little bit skew with. Where's that gone? There. So that makes it look a little bit neater on the edge. So it's all attached. You can see all the way around it's attached. I prefer the finish on the bottom actually, but anyway, it'll be fine. I think it's all in anyway and it's not going to come out, so I don't want... It's with it being for a baby, so as you know, I'm a bit obsessed about it. So out through the back. Like that one. Yep. As long as there's no dips where I've just put that in, and it's going to sit down okay. I'm going to have a go do it second leg, but we are on 11 minutes or so at the moment. I don't want it to run out of storage or whatever it is that's a problem. So I'm going to do another false stitch in this one. So through the next stitch to the one that the ending stitch, and then back through the next to last one, if I can get to it. That one there. Tell you, this works a lot better when I'm not showing people. That'll do. So once again, that's at the bottom. So we said the starting point somewhere along here. Let's have a look. I think that'll look okay. So, yeah, I'm going to use that this time. So I want that up at the top and I want that down at the bottom. I'll check I've got it right before I... Nope, I've still not got the jog in the right place. The jog's there. I often think, you know, this is part planning and part luck. If the luck's not with you, it's just not going to work. Right, so that's in there. I just want to tie down the top and make sure it looks roughly in the same place as the other side. So one, pull the fabric out. And I'll put one at the side as well. Don't you hate how pins don't stay in your amigurumi? Right, so got that one. Got so many strands going on here. So that's that one. So if I eyeball that now, I think that looks fairly even. It will change position slightly anyway, because like I say, as soon as you put the needle in, it goes into a different place. So I've put the first one through there and see what it looks like. I like it much better when I've got a clear plan of where they're supposed to go, instead of like just going from a picture. Although, like I say, I do tend to get on alright with how it goes by sight. It's just, I'd like a little bit of guidance, I must admit. If you remember, it said in the pattern something like sew the legs on. That were it. That were the advice given. I'll take that off because that'll get wrapped around the thread will get wrapped around that one. So, do I think they're in the same place? That is my... I think they are, you know. And back through, to pull it out slightly, just so I can maintain that tension. If you didn't stretch it out a little bit, you'd end up, you might as well have just, like I say, crochet down the ends and just sewn them on like I have done with the arms, with like a seam. So just in a straight line. So that's the whole point, is so that you've got some, that it's still a round shape fastened to the body. Wish I knew terminology sometimes, you know. See where we are with the underside. Looking okay, I think. That out. Let's have a look. They're in the same position. I can do a couple of stitches in a straight line at the bottom of the leg. You've got to follow the curve then. Pull it out, up through a stitch. And then same again, pull it out. And then you're going to have to match up somewhere to where you started. There we go, and then just try and double that first stitch down so that it's secure. Right, don't like how the tops of those legs are gone actually. It's sure it wasn't as bad on the other one. It's going to get an extra little bit of a stitch in that one. Through again, just try and get it neater. I don't like overworking them either, but like I say, it's because it's for a child. So they're going to be, they look fine at the bottom. They look good there, don't they? Look even. And when it's sat down, think that one's a little bit more flappy than the other, but they do look like they're in a similar place all the way around. So if I just take that out through the back, like that. Then to the other one. Sorry, I'm taking you off camera again, sorry. So that one, make that like that, and then I just want to make sure it looks okay. It's not the neatest job in the world, is that one. Please push some of the fibre back up. So they are straight to the head anyway, so that's the main thing. That's gone a bit squishy. But if you look down, they do look pretty straight. Then his arms tend to sit like that, so I think he'll look fine, don't you? I feel like I've made a mess of that, but I think the trouble is, it's just like I say, it's because you're worried about what it's going to be like for a baby. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll just knot those, and then I'll bring them back through the bottom. I'm just going to turn off again now, and I'll be back to do the ears. Just bear with me. I am back again for part 3 of part 2. I've just redone the legs. I didn't like the finish at all, so I've redone them. I'm still not entirely happy with the finish, but it's like I say, it's because I'm over stitching, because I'm worried about giving it to a child, basically. That's why I'm having trouble with it. But I mean, they are done a lot better now, I think, than they were. It's a lot neater around the edge. It's still where the bump is, at the edge, you know, the last stitch of the round where finished the legs, it's still a little bit untidy, but I think it's a lot better than it was. I tell you, I am never making anything for a baby again. I think my adult ones are sewn on really well, actually. I don't think they'd come off, but it's because, like I say, I'm doing it for the child. I'm overthinking it. Anyway, so that's him to step to as he is now. Just want to do the ears now, so I'm just going to compare the one that I've already done. So they're like, so if you go, so I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, about 8 stitches in again, and just directly to the side of the head, so they need to come up above the arms, really, maybe slightly to the front. So I'm roughly aware of where they're to go. So got the ears here, so you have to just stitch them together just to make them, you know, so that they've got a proper inner ear. So just going to stitch that through to that side. I've got rid of a load of storage on my card as well, so hopefully, well, sorry, I emptied a load of things from my card, so hopefully that's us sorted there. So that is through, that will hold firm. So I do the same principle. If it's got an open ear, I will stitch on both sides. But if it's like this where it's a closed ear, I will just go around the edge, because you'd have to be pretty determined to pull that out of the inner. So it wants to just, so we said about 2, 4, 6, 8. So it wants to go slightly to the front. So try again. 2, 4, 6, 8. Slightly to the front. Make sure it goes through part of the fabric. If I can get, Try not to move my hands up too much so I don't shake the camera and I'm not succeeding. So try again. 2, 4, 6, 8. That'll do. And then just get the pin through all parts of the ear. So am I going to be happy with where that is? I think I will. So I just want to get my needle. I just want to pull that out. I'll be glad when I've handed this thing over and I've done with it. I think just a little bit too far up, so I can put that through there. You want to get through the V's as best you can. That's at the bottom. Through the V. Yep. Doesn't want much. Just want to make sure that's at the front where the inner ear is showing. At least it's like I say, it doesn't want much stitching. There's only a few stitches round. Sorry about making you seasick again. Oh, come on. Through that. I'm going to take that pin out because I think it's holding me back rather than helping me. Don't often use pins, to be honest. I tend to go, like I say, go on site. See, just check now if that opening is at the front, and it is. Still where I wanted it to be, about 8 down. That's that. So now I want to make sure it's attached at the front so that it stays in position. So this is the hardest part because you have to get through a thick material. Make sure that comes out. Oh, do you know, I've lost my thread now. Just redo that. Pull that through. Sure it's looking okay. Sorry, I keep taking you off a shot, don't I? It's because I'm trying to get into these little awkward places. And then another stitch just to make sure. I don't want to come out too wide. Just want it to just come out just at the bottom there. So let's see what that looks like. You can see those 3 stitches, but at least it's holding it down nicely, so I think that's okay. I want to make sure I've got all areas at the back, which I have, I think. So just going to put an extra stitch in the side just to make sure. So that's that. It feels strong enough. Don't think I need to put any more stitches in it to keep it down. To be honest, I hope they don't give it to it as a baby. I hope they save it till it's a bit older. even know why the horse attracted her so much, really, because I don't think they're into horse riding or anything like that. So then I'm doing my next one on the other side. So I've got the thread through, so just going to do the same again. Just going to make sure that these two are fastened together. Come out there. Now that would mean that I'd be working the wrong way around the ear, so I want to start on this side. So I'm just going to take it back through again, just in a slightly different spot. There. So that's that, and I can start, then I can go right to left. Did I say right to left or right earlier? I always stitch right to left if I can. So I'm going to put like I say, pins aren't much use to me. I don't like using them, but I'll check, because it's a bit awkward anyway to see on here. So if I sat in my crocheting chair, I'd feel a lot happier. 6, 8. So I'm going to put that. I'm going to end up having to count again now. I think I've got, let's have a look. To make sure I've got it in the right one. So I've got, sorry, I've knocked you again. And it's definitely not in the right place there. So try again. Because I'm eyeballing it from the top. So I want that nose to be in the centre. And I want the distance between the flash to be the same. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's about right for the down the side of the head. So I just want to make sure I've got them central. This is where I'm no good at teaching, because I don't have a firm method. I just go by sight. So when you look at the front, will that ear sit in the same place? And yes, it will. So I think I'm trying to look through the screen as well to see if it looks if you can see what I can see. I think that's about right, actually. Do you know what I really like is where the segments are for the hexagon at the top, where they're in the same place at each side, and then you can use that as your guide, you know. But this one isn't. So I'm just going to go, try and make sure that inner ear stays to the front, and I'm working just slightly to the side of it. So I know where that pin is where I want to be, isn't it? So that's 4, 6, no, just above it. At least if you have to take these out and redo them, it's not too bad. They're only little. I have to say I found it much harder showing people than I thought it would. Just need to find the V's at the bottom. I'm going to have to take my pin out. Sorry, I know I'm not. It's not looking very professional, this at all, is it? So I want to go to my next V and just go up. They're all very close together here, because obviously it's just pinched in is the ear. So it's only a very small area that it's going into. Don't take long before you know if you've got it right. So let's have a look. I don't think that's bad, actually. I think that looks okay. I'm starting to get to that stage with it where I don't care. I do really, I'm lying, because I'm too much of a perfectionist to not care, but with the way my head's aching, I am ready to pack in the throw in the towel. There we go. Right, let's have a look at that then. So what do we think to that? Will it pass? I think it looks okay, you know. maybe could be slightly further back, but I don't think they'll notice. And it's going to have like a fringe as well, so I think that'll disguise anything that's not quite right. So just knocked you again because I'm going to come through the middle. So come through the middle there, just to, you know, sorry about that. See if you can see down here, if I do it from down here. Yeah, that'll do. So just get through both areas of that, see if that'll hold it down. Yeah, I'm going to take it back up and through the other side, which I didn't have to do on the other one, but unfortunately you sometimes do. I want to get all two sides of the just to make sure it's firmly down. So I think that looks okay. I think I put 3 stitches in the other side, didn't I? I'm working wrong way now. I'm working, don't know if I've managed it, but I'm working left to right and I don't like it. Let's try and see if I can come up through there. Don't know if I've managed to do that, but I think I started it right place, didn't I? Let's just go see if I can. Which bit haven't I got? That one. Haven't got that, have I? There's a V there. See if I'm coming back through the back. I hope you can see this. I don't want it to be a totally pointless exercise for you. I think there'll be better teachers out there than me though, I'm sure. Let's have a look. I think it still needs another stitch actually. Come back through. Sorry, I'm just going to go through there. See if I can get through that bit at bottom that looks like it's not being caught. If you can see where I'm talking about, it's that one there. Go on, through you come. Right, so let's have a look. So I'll look there, see if I get that over that edge where that stitch hasn't been caught, back through. I think that might do it. Fingers crossed anyway. Let's have a look. If you can see there, it looks like it's caught now, hopefully. It feels strong enough anyway. Now just take these through to where the other one is and I'll knock them off and pull them through the toy. So what do you think then? Do you think it's good enough for giving to a baby, or do you think it's something we should be cautious about, or how do you feel about doing things for children? Under 3 I should say. Because they can have a lot more things when they're over 3, can't they? I know it may just be Britain that's got this particular safety standard, I don't know. I know you'll have them in other countries, but I don't know what ages do you have to be cautious about or whatever. Or is it even longer? Do you have to worry about them under 5 or such like? I'm going to bring that out through the neck. Just get that with 2 strands there. Make sure that knot's not puckering it. That looks okay, doesn't it? I'm going to take that back through the body. I think that'll do me. I've made it travel far enough, I think. So cut that off. And then, so that's in with that. So I've just got the eyes to do now, and the little embellishments. I've just got the oh sorry, I've just burped there. The mane to do, which what I've decided to do is I'm going to have a go at doing, I'm just going to do 2 lines of double crochets, and I'm going to pick up stitches on both sides and do them in the 2 different colours of the mane, and then see if that will look all right being stitched down there. If it doesn't, I'm going to do a chain, and I'm going to do some treble crochets, but put more than 1 in each stitch, see what it looks like, so it becomes like a frill, you know, to go down the side there. Sorry, the back of the head there. Like I say, instead of doing the loose threads for the fringe like on the original, I'm going to just stitch some brown. So I'll come back and show you all that when I've done it. I'm not going to bother showing you putting on the horseshoes, because it's only like stitching on anything else you've got to stitch on, so that they're quite easy to do with those. I hope this has helped you in some ways. If I can expand on what I've done at all, and you just let me know, and I'll see what I can do. But like I say, I don't think this is going to prove to be my forte, showing people what to do, because I'm not confident at all with it. But anyway, let me know what you think, and I'll see you later. Bye.